WBLK at 93.7 FM has had just one format and the same set of call letters since its first day of broadcasting in December 1964.
Right back in town, it's the Big Fat Hound. The Fat Cat known as the Fat Hound. Hey, talking it tonight, baby. Smile at Tombog style. 24 hours soul radio.
It was founded by legendary Buffalo radio personality George Hound Dog Lorenz. The Hound replicated the rhythm and blues format he pioneered a decade earlier on WKBW radio and was a presence on WBLK from its founding until his untimely death in 1972. The Lorenz family continued to own WBLK following George's death. It was managed by his son Frank. In 1995, the station was sold to what was then known as American Radio Systems. It's now owned by Town Square Media. WBLK studios and transmitter are located in the Rand Building, downtown. WBLK! Some famous names have graced the WBLK airwaves through the years. Bradley J. Cool, Ron Baskin, Don Robinson, Don Allen Sr. and Jr., Freddie Patrick, Doug Blakely, and Debbie Sims.
Rockin' BLK.
WBLK's urban format features hip-hop, rhythm and blues, gospel, and soul. According to Wikipedia, WBLK is the oldest urban radio station in the United States. For many years now, it has consistently ranked in the top 3 of Buffalo radio stations as rated by Nielsen, formerly Arbitron.
Rockin' BLK.
The Buffalo Broadcasters Association is proud to recognize WBLK, both the founding Lorenz family and Town Square, as the station celebrates 50 years of service to the Buffalo area.
Rockin' Soul BLK. Accepting tonight for WBLK is its program director, George Reynolds.
Good evening. Before I get started, I want to introduce to you my full-time air staff, and I'm very, very proud of the individuals that have joined me in making WBLK what it is today. And I want to start with a guy that works with Tom in the morning. He's like our local producer, and he also does a lot of production work for us as well. If you will, please stand up, Todd. This is Todd Anderson.
Over here, Chris.
Oh, okay. Afternoons, it's held down by a young lady that moved here about 1.5 years ago from Detroit. And she does our afternoon shift, and her name is Jazzy T. And last but not least is a young man that we were able to snag out of Baltimore, Maryland. And he works our evening shift, and his name is Brian James. You know, it's such an honor for WBLK to be recognized for its service to the Buffalo and Western New York community for the past 50 years. When I first moved here in 2003, I knew that WBLK had a great heritage with a very rich history. And it wasn't until after I began to dig into the history that I began to realize and uncover some of the jewels that lie beneath. We're on December 10th, 1964, 93.7 WBLK went on the air, and of course George Lorenz, the Hound Dog, had his own house in which to rock. This would be the house that the Hound built. For a little less than 8 years, George put his heart and soul into the station, WBLK. I also discovered that a man by the name of Benjamin L. Kulik was a co-founder of the station as well. And that is where the call letters WBLK comes from, not black, as some people may assume. I also learned that the station went from a mono signal to stereo in 1974 with a playlist called the Funky 40. At 3 p.m. that Monday in July of that same year, When Don Robinson flipped the switch and the stereo light flickered on, the first song was Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. Some of the voices, of course, you saw earlier that you heard back then were Mr. Blues, Ernie Jones, Roosevelt Tucker, Bradley J. Cool, Chucky T, Mansfield Mans, Jerry Young, Gary Lanier, Ron Baskin, Don Allen Jr., and Don Allen Sr., and many more. Down through the years, WBLK has gone through many changes, from ownership to personnel, but one of the things that has always remained constant, and that is the music and our commitment to the community. In fact, WBLK is the oldest FM radio station in the country that has always maintained a format from its roots, rhythm and blues. So this evening, we are honored to receive this recognition and to carry on this rich tradition of the People's Station 93.7 WBLK. And as we look toward the future, when the torch is passed on to the next generation, may they have the will and intestinal fortitude to carry on another 50 years of service to the Buffalo and Western New York community. Thank you.
You know, folks, I truly miss my old and very close friend,